Forgot to change my shirt, so Under Armour is getting some.
They get a free shout out.
There you go.
That'd be a great sponsor, wouldn't it?
Dude, that would be pretty solid.
Hey everybody, this is Chris the Cop. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. And we have our last episode of 2022 of Coffee with Cops because I will not be here for the new year. I will be in Las Vegas. So what better way to bring in the new year than in Las Vegas? Yeah, so I'm glad that we finally were able to get together. It has been but a minute for me to be hanging out with these fine gentlemen. Before we get going, just want to let everybody know is that next Tuesday we'll be doing our Tactical Tuesday, so I will be definitely hanging out with the boys from Only Cops. I don't know if SWAT's going to be joining us. I know that Butthole 68 Whiskey, whatever his name is whatever. But he should be joining us. But hey, thanks for joining us, and I'm so glad that our last episode is actually with these fine gentlemen. And I'm going to go ahead and give it to them so they can get to introduce themselves. Just as a note, SWATtheory wanted to one-up us, and he went ahead and got a Santa hat and, one-upped us. So,
Done.
So, you want to give your intro there, Josh?
I am Josh from Only Cops. We do Tactical Tuesdays. We were the beginning hosts for that. We also do body cam breakdowns on Thursdays, and we do officer reacts and gear reviews and law enforcement related stuff. Go check us out at Only Cops on either YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or the like. SWAT, you go.
Hi. Oh, I'm actually stuck. SWAT theory. Been in law enforcement going on 9 years. I just got my senior operator pin for my Class A.
Nice.
Last night, or night before last, actually. So, officially got more than 5 years on. Well, it was over 5. I was waiting for that. I'm a deviant. I say things I shouldn't and get people in trouble. Josh is all too familiar. Sorry. But last night we actually did a charity stream for kids. The donation link's still good till the end of the year. It's long-winded explanation broke down. It's just a charity for kids.
Nice.
Intensive care in the hospital. Actually, my goal last night was $500. They smashed past it. I think this morning we're at $719, which is 7 times more than I usually get. So I'm pretty happy about that.
So I don't mean to interrupt you, SWAT. So what is it that you guys did last night? Because I actually want to. We'll get some donations going on that.
So there's a charity called Extra Life, and they basically run a charity live stream event where you try and raise money for kids that if they have like cancer, leukemia, they've been in serious car crashes and need transferred to the hospital. They take the donation money, either take it towards their equipment, or if they're stocked up good for the year, they'll usually donate it towards like game consoles, video games, handheld devices, stuff like that. So when the kids are in there, instead of being in a sterile, potentially distressing environments is what I'm looking for. They have like games that let the kids be kids and have something to do while they're there instead of staring at a wall or watching daytime TV, which has kind of gone down.
Where is the link that we could put that in our chat, and then I can definitely blast it on my socials.
I think I still have the link up from yesterday. Yep, there it is. Yesterday, I can get that to you in a direct message real quick, and you can put it wherever you'd like. We actually only made it through half the stream. Well, a little over half. I was going to go to midnight, but like I was explaining to these guys before the stream started, I've been working pretty much 9 days straight. I was just gassed by the end of it. So we got 5 hours in, and we made it. I'm still stoked. Yeah, I'm still stoked and super proud of everybody that came in and donated, because that's the first time in my 5 or 6 years of doing it that I actually broke $200, let alone broke past $500 and hit $700. So it was. We're gonna get you
and when is the fundraiser over?
So the official end date is actually the end of the year. So once it's January 1st, 2023, everything stops and the event for 2022 is ended.
Okay, well, I'm going to make you a promise right now in front of everybody is that every dollar that I make from this point forward till the end of the year will be for your fundraiser. So all my super chats, everything will be going towards the fundraiser.
Well, that's awesome.
As well as officially, I will be donating $250 to your charity myself.
Hey.
Shit, thanks, dude. That's awesome. Oh, I almost forgot. I actually paid out of pocket to make sure every single dollar that gets raised goes to the hospital and there's no taxes taken out or service fees removed or percentages gone. So every single dollar goes straight to the hospital network.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, you got my $250, and you got every dollar that this channel makes until the end of the year.
That's fucking awesome. Thanks, man. That means a lot, really.
Shout out to Chris the Cop. He's letting his fame and fortune.
Hey, what do they say? What is it? You got to give good karma to receive. Well, what's funny is I know Josh is gonna. So Josh, okay, everybody, I got to go here. So Josh and Bill from Only Cops, they hate admin. Okay, we're just gonna throw it out there. They hate admin. As a matter of fact, my admin hat for being a Patreon subscriber is back there. I should actually put it on. I am going to actually, I'm going to one up Josh and Bill on this one because so anyways, they like to give me crap because I'm a police lieutenant, which makes me an admin. Okay, so I get crap for being an administrator. The very people that they hate. Well, I know Josh is here. I know Bill will hear this later on. SWAT Theory's here right now. Gentlemen, I have been offered the chief of police position for the Riverside City College Police. So, I have accepted the offer. However, I don't know. I have to actually go through the background process again, the psych, all that type of stuff. So, we'll see if everything pans out. But maybe mid-February, I may be the epitome of admin.
You would be admin in chief.
Right?
We'll just add a little sticker to your head.
The source of all problems. Very tough.
So I was kind of holding off on I was going to do it on Tactical Tuesday, just so I could get the shit talking going. But
we're gonna prepare gifts. We're gonna prepare like a little thing over your person. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I just got the job offer 2 weeks ago, and they were already the background investigator was already at my station. Actually, there's people at my department that don't even know this. So the cat will be out. Yeah, right. So the cat will be out of the bag really, really soon here. It's kind of a unique opportunity. So we'll see how it plays out.
Exciting, though. I will say this: of people that need to be doing that, I think you're probably at the top of the list of people that get it enough, if it makes any sense, that and understands kind of the plight of the plebeians that are lowly police officers and stuff like that. Those are the type of administrators they need, so they would be very lucky to have you if they do indeed get you as a police chief.
Yeah, I think it'd be neat. It's because to be honest with you, as an administrator, and I know we all know that administrators think this way, but as an administrator, I think to myself, of all the things that I would like to do to support the troops. And
Sure.
because I am not in a position that I'm able to do so on a global scale, because as a watch commander, my guys know, my guys and girls know I support them. I mean, they know 100%. They know I will, if they're right, they know I will fight to them. I will actually fight for them to the point that I get a complaint, because you know what, they did what was right. So so now to do it on a global scale is like, okay, this is cool. So we'll see what happens.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
We gotta make a specifically shitty joke. I have time.
You got 4 days to Photoshop a great Tactical Tuesday logo.
Oh, I know, right? Oh my gosh. So SWAT. So why have you been busy for 9 days?
Well, I hate myself and I like money. No, all joking aside, my wife is just finishing up nursing school. We're actually waiting right now with bated breath to see what her finals are. She took those Thursday and yesterday, I believe. Yeah, so we're waiting to see her grades back. She's already got an offer with an intensive care unit at our local hospital, so she'll be making more than me, and that means I don't have to work
as much
overtime. I think right now, I've mentioned this before, our banked overtime goes to 250. I currently have 549 hours of overtime.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I've been trying to, that doesn't get cashed out till, well, the department was going to pay me, but because I had so much, it meant 6 other officers weren't going to get money for the Christmas season. So I said, screw it, pay me out next year. And I didn't think about it, but when they said, yeah, okay, we get a pay raise next year, so not only am I getting all my money I'm owed, I'm getting more money on top of it, which is good because I'm sure I've worked my life for
I was about to say, those dollars per hour are worth more now, or those hours that you worked are worth more.
Yeah,
now. That's nice.
So yeah, it's been a headache.
Is your
That,
wife
I'm also trying to? Sorry.
Is your wife getting an associate's in nursing or a bachelor's in nursing? Wow. You know what? Don't even answer that question because
let's not get him in trouble.
Yeah, you're going to get in trouble if your wife is watching this stream.
I know she's going for an RN, so I think that's a 4-year degree.
No, it's actually an RN is an associate's or a bachelor's because it's just a registered nurse. So you can actually be a registered nursing with an associate's degree because that's how my wife started. When my wife was a paramedic, she went to nursing school and got her associate's, which allowed her to get into the emergency room. And then she went back to school to get her bachelor's in nursing. And then eventually my wife became a nurse practitioner, went back and got her master's. And then my wife just actually, in 2020, got her doctoral in nursing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's why, like I said, what's that?
I was just going to say that.
Doctor nurse?
Yeah, she's a doctor. Yeah, she's a doctor of nursing. And what's interesting, well, I can't say which department. My wife was just hired at a fire department in Northern California to be the EMS director. So she actually moved to San Jose. So, I just said it.
Way to keep it under wraps.
Well, she moved. Yeah, she moved to that city because of the city that she's working for. But yeah, she's 386 miles away, gentlemen.
Hey.
I'm going to tell you right now, the other day I went to the store to get food, and you know what my shopping cart consisted of?
What, pizza?
It consisted of frozen burritos, top ramen, and beer.
The essential food groups.
The essential food groups.
That's dinner of champions right there.
Right? Oh, who was that?
It's me.
Blocker 15?
Oh, okay. Hey, real quick, guys, I just want to actually announce something that's going on my Discord. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this, I want to let you guys know that I am doing the 12 Days of Christmas on my Discord channel, so you actually have to be on Discord. We are giving away one gift per day up until Christmas, and you have to answer the question right. So, like today's question is, how many guns does Chris own? That is the question of the day. Yesterday's question, I forget. Hey, Fox, I know you're there. What was yesterday's question? Oh,
Fox left us.
Did he leave us? Wow, right?
I'm here.
Yeah, right.
Just left you hanging.
We're gonna fire him again. So,
Tommy Depp's in The Last of Us.
Oh, wait, no, that's not for. That wasn't for yesterday, was it?
It was yesterday.
Oh, okay. So yesterday's question was I'm going to be doing a stream on Last of Us, and you got to guess how many times I die in the game during the stream. So
north of 100.
you jerk.
Have you played it already?
I've been playing it. That's what actually been my Tuesday live stream at 3:30. So I get my ass handed to me.
It's a hard game.
So the first time I played that with a group of friends, I'd like that at the very beginning where the armed guards like push people away from like food and stuff, and you walked up and they push you back. I was like, so being the dork that I am, I do it again. They push me back in. He said, "You do that again, I'm going to shoot you." I'm looking at everybody playing the game with like, he won't shoot me. I walk up and he gums me in front of everybody in the living room. I'm like, oh, this game doesn't screw around.
Right?
Like, well, Last of Us was a 5-minute game, gentlemen. I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing a little something fun. I'm trying to give back some of the super chats we get and stuff like that to make it so everything's going to actually, because of the simple fact that the channel is like viewed by like 70 countries. I thought like the best way would be Steam gifts, because I mean Steam is pretty, it's pretty universal. And then if someone wants PayPal money, I'll give them the equivalent of a PayPal. But yeah, so there's interesting questions. I forget, I forget what the last true question is. On Christmas Day, I think our gift is $50, a $50 Steam key.
Ooh.
So I think we're giving away almost a little over $200 of Steam keys between now and Christmas Day. So it should be
That's legit.
Should be quite interesting. So how's Bill?
He's back in Texas, which is really awesome. I'm salty, but I helped him go up to Michigan when he left me for 3 months. And then
he left me for 3 months.
He goes up there, and him and his wife had stuff going on up there. She's also a nurse, so she was doing some contract work up there.
Oh yeah, okay.
And anyways, right before he left, we went to a range and he messed around. It was a Type A rifle. And so anyways, he was there at the range and he's like, Josh, I want one of these. And I was like, that's a $2,800 rifle. You know, I kind of looked at him like, damn. He's like, he kind of looks at me. He's like, you think we could build one for less? I was like, well, I know I could build one for less. And so anyways, he's slowly buying hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of rifle parts to put this thing together. And within, I think it was like a second or third week of being back, we went out and shot it. And I was super mad that I even touched the damn thing because it was glorious. It's a 416 clone, basically, is what it is. So you can imagine an HK 416 clone that side folds. It's really incredible. It's a piston gun. It's nice. It is super nice. So I'm not super jealous or mad that I had to give it to him once he showed up. It's a very bittersweet moment for me. I gained my friend back and lost probably the nicest gun in this house.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I can't wait till Tuesday.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, so I'm actually taking a look at some of my questions. Like one of the days is what's my favorite movie, favorite anime. To get the big prize at the end is that you have to list my favorite sci-fi, my favorite game, favorite. Yeah, I can't even read my own writing. I lost the piece of paper I sent to Fox. So.
Oh, Fox can read it. Jeez.
I know. I was like, come on.
You have cop handwriting? It's like the worst. Like the most useless scribble ever.
Yeah, right?
That's a great combination. Writing real crappy on a tiny little notebook.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
It's messaging me.
So SWAT, how's it been going?
Pretty good. I have an MP5 now.
You have an MP5?
Oh,
is it an HK or is it like a Turkish clone?
No, absolutely not. It's a Zenith clone. I was absolutely not about to spend $6,000 on an MP5. There's some things my wife will tolerate, but that would probably result in her using it on me. So, I
don't want to wake up one morning and hear police officer killed by nurse with his own gun.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hard to pass deal too. They did like some Black Friday thing where you got the gun. It's actually, it's a black case. You can't see it sitting right in front of my safe, but you got the clone, 3 mags, a sling, a claw mount, a flash hider that's tri-lug, and like a Pelican style case, all for like under $2,000. So it was really hard to pass.
Pretty damn good, yeah.
I was on the website adding everything up, and it was like $2,900 for everything. So, all right. So, other than that, I've not been too bad.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey, so tell me about the supporters edition of Ready or Not.
It doesn't like us. I had a lot of connection issues yesterday.
How am I polite about this without being?
Well,
You remember when you were a rookie and you got a really clapped out car, like you were like. You really can only take the thing about 85 miles per hour before it starts shaking. The brakes kind of work. That's what that update was like.
Okay.
It worked
Very
sometimes.
Pretty,
It looked beautiful once we were playing, and if we could get a level to load or whatever, it just super like
it doesn't like mods
unstable. Yeah, I had to completely delete all the mods, and I had to like change from supporters edition to. It was very. I was used to vanilla, regular Ready or Not, and I get why you got to really love the game to want Supporters Edition. That's a lot too. The fact that Call of Duty is more reliable and stable than this says something. So, but it was pretty good.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know I got to give a shout out to Jinja Ninja. He just actually gifted 5 Krista Cop memberships in Discord.
Hey,
Jeez, nice.
Shout out to Jinja.
Yeah, he actually showed up last night at the stream. I think we had a slight problem. It looks like the donations are like region locked to North America because he tried from the UK. And
I don't want your filthy.
We don't want your English dollars.
Stay away from helping our kids, damn it.
We don't want your tea tax, your tax dollars from tea. We're coffee drinkers in America, damn it.
Well, I love Jinja.
I know, man. He's a great supporter. You know what's so cool is that he's just a great supporter of all our channels. That's even the cool part.
He also gives the most savage challenge.
Oh, I know. Yes. Yes, he makes us work for that money. He definitely did. You know what's so funny is you guys are commenting. You guys are commenting about like being online for 5 hours. You know what's amazing? I don't know how many people don't. I don't know how many people realize how taxing it is to be actually online that long. I mean, I know we're playing games or sometimes we're talking and all that type of stuff. But man, when we do like because I'll start my stream at 3:30. To 5:30, then I join you guys at 5:30, and we usually go for like a good 3 hours. Man, I'm tired. I'm done after that, man. I'm like, what? So, hey, shit, we've had SWAT pass out on us.
Yeah, and I'll say, I gave the example to someone one time that it's like giving a presentation. It was literally what it's like. I was like, you're managing what you're presenting, right? But I said on top of that, you're constantly, so you can imagine standing in front of a room and trying to keep someone's attention. I mean, constant, uninterrupted, because it's not like a classroom where you get breaks or because even like in formal training, you'll have a whole day. It's a 10-hour day worth of training, but there's breaks and there's lunch breaks. When you're streaming, it's like a cycle of people coming through. It's probably what it feels like to be at like a book signing or whatever. Like that for them, it's new, and so you want to give that person the same energy as the people that were in your thing an hour ago. It's hard. This is I remember it being harder when I first started doing it. Like it's easier for me to do a 1 to 3 hour stream, but by the time you get to 5-6 hours plus, especially when you're doing it back-to-back days or whatever, it's pretty taxing.
Yeah.
I'll add to that because this is my first time doing a massive stream, and you hit the nail on the head. You're constantly trying to give commentary, explain what's going on, engage with people that are there, showcase whatever you're playing, give commentary to a point where it's humorous or entertaining, but not overly annoying. It is.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Right? Exactly.
If you're on Discord long enough, you're gonna fall asleep on a VC eventually.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
Oh, I do.
My frequent flyer card.
Yeah, I do take it back. Actually, Ginger Ninja wasn't Discord memberships; it was YouTube memberships. He donated 5 YouTube memberships. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, that's even. You can actually gift now. So they opened up gift subbing now as a thing that people can do in chat. So you can actually during a live stream, people can gift memberships for your channel to other people in the channel.
Fascinating.
This is the first time it's ever happened. I read about it, and apparently you can do it. I didn't even know you could do that.
Fascinating. But Ginger's playing 4D chess out here, dude.
I know, man. He is. Hey, so for everybody that's asking how I'm doing well. I've actually missed all of you guys. I missed the guys over at Only Cops, SWATtheory, that Butthole 68 whiskey. I just love giving it. I love giving him so much shit. It's actually great.
You know what? He's really been taking it on the chin a little better now, though. I am proud of him. I think at first he's like, I don't know if these guys actually like me. They keep inviting me to stuff, and I was like, bro, you're.
You know what? He's great. You know what? He's that. It's like every one of us has like our role, and we all have our role, right? I'm the admin that has to get made fun of. You guys are like the worker bees. Like you guys are like the real cops now. So because then we have SWAT, who's just like a little bit of everything, right? And then we got Whiskey 68, like some. Like he's like that rookie, cool, like that cool rookie kid, like. You like him, but you gotta mold him a little bit so he doesn't become an a-hole.
I feel like SWAT's that scary corporal that even admin's afraid to write up.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man, he passes the psyche val every year, but he might be the one that comes back and kills us.
See, you're joking. I have not been suspended yet, and I have done a lot of shit that I should have been before. I think I've told you guys more stuff than I should have. Like in almost 10 years, there's times where I'm like. Am I scary to you? Like, how am I?
I could see that conversation in a closed door. The sergeant and lieutenant are like, "Hey, did you hear what he did? Man, well, do you want to write him up? No, you write him up. No, I'm not writing him up. You write him up. Do you know how many guns this guy owns?"
I've even had to start questions with my sergeant aside, like, how? And they're like, I don't know either. lieutenant said so. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
The lieutenant said, I swear to God, if you write him up and I die in my sleep,
Right.
I'm going to come back and haunt you.
Yeah. It's gonna be like the
Longer, though.
who are those the millionaires of Russia that are like falling out of
Like the oligarch.
they're falling out of buildings.
It's the weirdest thing. He fell out of the 55th story of his house, but his house only has
That's
3
crazy.
stories. I know, damnedest thing.
I know, it was weird. The damnedest thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've told you yet, Chris. I think I've done my time on the road, and I'm going to put in for detective next year.
Oh, nice.
So I will. I'll move up to getting instead of putting a box of pieces in a nice little bundle and giving it to somebody else, I'll now be on the receiving end. Which I'm not
Dude.
looking forward to because I've seen how my guys write
I was
reports.
about to say.
So, but yeah, they're going to have some openings this next year, and the first one's going to be in February. My goal is to hopefully get up in the ivory tower by June, maybe. So
That
I'll
is
still be doing my SWAT stuff on the side, so that's kind of cool.
that's awesome. That's
He
awesome.
will be
Let me
detective
ask-
SWAT.
Yeah,
Let me
I'll
ask
be-
you. Let me ask you this: how many years do you recommend on street time? Before
Oh,
you
good
come
lord.
out?
Well, that depends because some places
I'm talking about
they,
rule. I'm not.
oh,
I'm
sorry,
not talking about like big city agency. I'm talking about like rural county.
Oh, that's the problem.
I
For
think
my
it depends
agency,
on call volume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just, yeah, call volume.
I've
What
been
you handle.
at 9 years, I have almost 16,000 calls for service that I've gone to. So it's to the point now where I'm forgetting stuff that I've done that some guys in rural counties will never learn, unfortunately. And that's not to beat up on rural districts. It's just, for example, our agencies in like the tens of thousands in our report case numbers, the county's only at like 3,000 reports. So that's just the intensity and the call volume difference. So,
And really, I think, and a lot of people miss this. And so we're all municipal cops here. So like we're used to shitty city calls and all that kind of stuff. But like, I really think what's lost on, and I think a lot of times, even within the departments that are doing rural policing, is you're an all-in-one kind of person. These are the guys that should be triple certified. And these are the guys could be, because you're the only ones that are having to arrest people by yourselves. You're the only one having to do probably whole ass domestic investigations by yourself. Where like as a city cop, I mean, you'd be damn near getting disciplined for going to like an emergency domestic by yourself. Whether the outcome was good or not, you're getting pulled into, you know, Chris's office and he's bitching you out for like, how many times do I have to tell you to not do this? So like it's not that you're not as experienced because you're not getting the call volume, specifically when it comes to both administrative stuff and detective stuff. It's just like you won't have anyone to ask because you're the person that has to answer the question. And that's kind of why I always say like call volume's the biggest thing. Is like, have you ever had to try to find, you know, a missing kid, or have you ever had to do, you know, even just an investigation of, you know, sexual assault with a minor or something like that. And so like your first one's hard, right? Your first 5 are complicated, and by the time you've gotten to like your 50th one, you're like, okay, damn near. So you're like, you know who to call in county, and you know who that person's boss is in case they can't pick it up. So I think it all depends on volume.
I
don't
agree.
think it's a time thing.
to build off of that, I would also say if you're at the point in your career as a deputy that you can go through almost any single call you can think of, and you don't have to call a supervisor or somebody for a little bit of guidance, I'd say around then you'd probably be good at looking into investigative work, probably. Just that you've got a strong grasp on, you know, people you're familiar with, who your usual dirtbags are, your known thieves, your known drug pushers, just the families that don't get along, just that sort of stuff, if that makes any sense.
I tell you what, for county, what I would want to do is I would want to go to like a fucking fusion center or something like that. That would be dope because you have so much more familiarity with a region than anybody else coming in. You could very easily do like a lateral transfer towards somebody that's doing either statewide or DOD or something like that. Just because you have a very unique experience. Like, I wouldn't know the first fucking thing if you sent me in a big ass field and was like, there's someone in here somewhere. You know what I mean?
Come
Or you can
out.
just build a
It's
rapport.
a city police handling loose livestock.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Well, Bill had to do that. I will say that I'll take this back. Bill within the same city is a city of damn near 400,000 people in it. And our South region, it was massive, but there was like next to no cops there because there was no people down there. But he both had to get a cow and I think a horse back into its, like using patrol cars and shit because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Oh, cows are easy. horses, you don't get behind them, and you don't scare them.
I think that's what he said. I think he said the cow wasn't that
So-
complicated, but
That's
So-
what
horse
you
was
honk
fun.
your
Yeah.
horn
And so it-
until it goes your
Yeah.
back.
So what's funny about that, Josh, is that we actually had one of our freight trains lose a bull. So
Oh, no.
not knowing how to handle it, this is how they handled it. They had guys on Crown Vics riding the front bumper with Benelli shotguns loaded with slugs to shoot it if they could catch up to it. And it was like the funniest thing to see these guys doing that. It's like, are we like, is this really what we want to do? I think some, because we have a very big Hispanic community in the southern part of town, and they're actually cowboys, so they were able to like actually round it up. But it was like, oh my god, you guys are idiots. Oh, that was yeah.
We got some buck. I tell you what, there's a handful of times where legitimately citizenry is way more prepared for something
Yeah.
than like emergency services.
Yeah. No,
We had
that's,
an electrician help us one time. We had someone hit a down line, and we're waiting for fire to come out. And the guy was like in his like work truck. And it was like a legit. I googled it real quick before I let this fucking dude touch the thing. But I was like, I don't want this guy to die because I let him do it. So I'm trying to provide scene security, but this was like a loose wire, and every time like the fucking wind would blow, this thing would move a little bit. And I was like, I feel like rain's about to come or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I can go up there and keep it from hurting anybody. And he just basically reattached it to the pole really quickly. So
Oh
it wouldn't
shit.
move. But yeah, the guy had like special gloves and like a grounding
mhm.
basically wires. He had some shit. I didn't know what he was doing, but I was like, I mean, I'm not going to touch it. That's what I told him. And fire was stuck in traffic while we were trying to get people there. And he was like,
You mean third responders?
yes, third responders, yes.
Oh, where's Poofy? You know what's so funny? Josh reminded me of a story when you said missing person. So quite a few years back, we had a family who came to visit. They lived, gosh, I want to say 50 plus miles away from our town, and their autistic son walked away. And so we get out there, we got a containment going on, and we're looking for this kid. We're going everywhere, right? So anyways, Cheesy just said something, but I'll read that after I tell the story. So anyways, we're out of options, so we call bloodhounds. We're like, okay, let's call the county, let's get some bloodhounds there, maybe they could sniff his trail. So when they arrived, they're like, okay, do you have any clothes or anything like that? And we realized that since he was out of town, the family had nothing that they could sniff. And we're like, okay, so what are we going to do? So I was the watch commander, so talking about like, and this goes to experience, not experience, but like, what we got to do? Sometimes we just got to make some big boy decisions. So I'm like, you know what? Let's land our helicopter at the airport. Let's have the mom because we only have R44, so you could only take one. You can only either have an observer or one passenger. That's it. So I'm like, let's put mom in the helicopter. Let's fly her to the air. So I asked the pilot, what is the closest airport to this city? And he's like, what's the closest city to this airport that you can land at? And he's like, or the airport to the city. And he's like, it's this airport. So I called that jurisdiction. I'm telling them what we got going on there. Hey, they said, we'll have a police car at the tarmac ready to go when you guys arrive. So we put the mom in the helicopter. We fly her all the way to that airport. That PD is ready for her. Code 3 to her house. She grabs the kid's stuff, code 3 back, and helicopters in the air. And I said, so I'm sitting there on the scene. I'm like, hey, you know what? I probably should notify my captain what I just did, right? So it's like 2:00 in the morning, right? So I call him. He doesn't answer. So eventually, and now they're en route. They're already gone. They're en route, right? So
Sure.
he finally calls me back, and he's all like, hey, what's going on? And I tell him, hey, blah 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 blah. And he's like, okay. Well, let me call the chief and let's get authorization for the helicopter to take her. And I'm like, hey, Cap,
Right on.
let me explain something to you. And he's all, what's that? I go, they've been in the air now 35 minutes. And he's all, they what? And I'm like, they've been in the air 35 minutes. I go, hey, sir, I got to make life and death make life and death decisions out here, man. So sorry, you can call the chief, but they're probably going to be landing really soon now.
Better ask for forgiveness and permission.
Absolutely.
She
I'm
got a
ready to get money,
helicopter ride for free.
For free, yeah, right?
Not to charge people for service.
Yep.
EMS can do whatever the hell they want, but we
Not
cannot.
to be rude, I gotta beat it. I'm getting angry texts from the wife. For
Oh,
you're
my
good.
nephew's getting ready to start his candles, so I better get going.
All right,
Yeah,
take it easy,
okay.
SWAT.
I'll see everybody at Tuesday.
We'll see you
All
later.
right.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Bye.
We'll have to
How
switch.
crazy. A helicopter ride, dude.
Yeah, that
I'm
was.
trying to like even wrap my head around that.
Yeah, it was like I gotta adjust my camera here real quick, Josh,
You're good.
because we lost Butthole.
We lost Butthole.
Let's see here.
I'm sending love emojis to Cheesy.
Cheesy.
I played Mech Warrior 5, and I don't know something else. I think DMZ with Cheesy and his brother for like a hot minute.
Oh, it's cool. I'm making sure they can see that glorious beard you have.
I'm getting there.
Getting there.
I will never be where Bill's at.
I know,
It's just
man.
simply not- it's not in my genetics, but
So Cheesy Waffle says, been a while since I watched one of these. Nice to see you again, Chris. Can't wait to see you on another Tactical Tuesday so you can find some way to dome me again.
whoa.
Dome me? What's dome me?
Dome.
Dome?
Shoot in the head.
Oh. I don't recall doing that to him.
When we actually did see Whiskey's alleged supervisor, he finally made a stream.
Oh, he finally made a stream?
And I shit you not, if we did a hospital level. If someone was wearing scrubs, they died. He also, and I think he shot Juan, like dead to right, because we were using the supporters edition, so they have like the multicam HRT
Yeah.
equipment. But we're so used to seeing black SWAT uniforms, and so legitimately, like that's how I do threat recognition.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I didn't realize it until like I almost smoked. I think I shot Bill. I didn't kill him. Like he was very lucky that I didn't kill him. And then somebody else shot me. And it was like 4 or 5 times that like two people enter a room and smoke each other because they're like, "Well, I saw multicam. What the fuck do you?"
I know, I hate that multicam, man. That's multicam, you die. You know.
I seriously. I'm like, no. See, I can't make out police on your uniform, so you die.
Exactly. So I got here in my chat. I got Poofies here. Let's see, Brookie Boy, Roadrunner Productions, Memecraft. Obviously, Fox #1 is here. Let's see, Boom Donuts, acknowledging here. Nomad, Kings, Thon. Let's see here, Boris Vincent, Only Cops. Alfredo 12044, another moderator. Let's see here. Dennis. Which one of those? D-Nice. That's right. I love that. I did that. Ginger Ninja, of course. Brady Kilman's in the house. Let's see here.
Hey, Juan's here. Juan just popped in.
Oh, Juan did this? Okay. Arshad Habib, he's watching from Pakistan. Wow, that's freaking pretty cool, man.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird to know that people from other countries are, like here.
It's gotta be wild, yeah.
Broke Lee is here.
Look at Ginger said, just let's face it, you hate the FBI.
You're right.
How dare the Fed show up on my scene?
You know what's okay? So here's the thing about, and I know Josh, you could agree with this. So here's the interesting about. I'll always get questions about, have you worked with the federal government? Have you worked with the FBI and the marshal's office? For some reason, everyone thinks that they're the epitome of law enforcement. And it's like, do you realize they went to school to get a degree in accounting or bookkeeping?
I'll also point this out. If you look at the requirements to be a special agent versus the requirements for most major police departments, they're night and day different. The physical requirements are pretty high. The background investigating is pretty hard. And then on top of that, I think what's more complicated about being a police officer as opposed to a federal agent is resources.
Yeah.
I remember, it's funny because I remember when I was in academy, I was very fortunate. Our academy was really awesome. It was like 8 months long. They ran us through tons of scenarios, and we had like gang unit would come out and help us do interdiction stops. We actually got training on how to do interdiction stops in academy.
Yeah.
We got training on room clearing from SWAT. We were getting training on how to do investigations. We had an entire investigative units that would take the day off, would come out, and we would do like, how do you interview a minor? How do you do? Anyways, the training was incredible. But I remember thinking to myself, oh, I'm just going to call SWAT for this. Or I'm just going to call for backup. And they're like, backup's 10 minutes away. You hear someone screaming inside this place that they're dying. And I remember there was a handful of moments where, like, and as in training, you realize they're like, bro, you're kicking that door. Just so you know, if this is what you get, as dumb as it might feel, you're going in and doing it. And there was a ton of times on patrol. And in fact, like I said, this probably happens to county guys way more than it does city guys.
Yeah.
Where you hear the gunshots, you're down the street, and you're like, you look at the unit monitor, and you're like, fuck, I'm the only available officer in like 10 miles or whatever it is. These guys are working at domestic. These guys are working at DWI. These guys are already at the hospital with somebody that got an emergency domestic. Like, I'm having to get help from the complete other side of my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
What do you do? Sit there? What are you going to do? Stage? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to be that piece of shit? And so you show up, and you're like, well, hopefully I don't die today.
Yeah,
or even on like, you end up having a felony warrant. You're doing an investigation. Like, oh, yeah, my cousin's in there. And then like, you run them, and, Central's like, 10-12? Like, bro, like, are you near anybody? Like, you got a real bad return on this. You have, like, all the NCIC, TCIC hits and all that shit. And so it's a very different, like, when you're in the FBI, and you can even say the same thing about like SWAT and all these like very highly specialized units, you have all the resources in the world. You have armored vehicles, you have helicopters, you have local municipality that are like, I can't tell you how many times like you get somebody like either the ATF or whatever would come in, or narcotics would come in and say, hey, we're going to do a buy here. I need you to stop this car. I was like, cool. I guess I'll do your fucking job for you, asshole.
Right? Oh, yeah.
To establish PC.
The old wall stop. I hate wall stops.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's like the narcotics team knows the suspect. I have the unknown, and I got to develop my own PC and all this bullshit. It's like
ended up like that Mexico state police got shot. Yeah.
Having no idea what he's walking into. Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? Because like people will ask, well, what do you think is more dangerous, patrol or SWAT, or a SWAT operation? Patrol. A SWAT operation, we're not doing anything unless we have intelligence. We have a workup. We have scouts that go out. We got aerial photographs. And
even from an equipment standpoint, like you're talking about PPE up the wazoo. Like you guys are typically going ballistic plates. You guys have fucking shoulder plates and fucking
helmets. Yeah.
The whole night. You could be a dumbass cop working a fucking noise complaint. Minding your own damn business. You hear a car crash, people start arguing, and then gunshots going off. And you're like, cool. My intelligence on this op is there was a car involved and there's guns involved. Well, and it's close to me.
Well, what's so funny is you say that. So one of our motor officers one day, two motor officers, motors they handle traffic collisions, responding to a simple non-injury traffic collision. As they're arriving, one of the drivers gets out of his vehicle and starts shooting at them. They said they did not know they were even being shot at until one of the windshields like shattered. And so they dropped their bikes. They're now firing at the suspect. And here's the funny thing. This is actually one of the reasons why a lot of officers got rid of hollow points. One of the motor officers drops like 4 or 5 rounds in the suspect's headrest as he's driving away. Not one of those bullets went past the headrest. Yep. Yeah. So the suspect drives away, Josh, U-turns, and is coming back, shooting out the window at the cops, and they're taking cover. One gets hit in his arm. The other one gets hit in his leg. So they put it out, officer involved shooting, la-da-da-da. Well, here's the screwed up part. One of our other officers responding, he thinks he's going to the scene to help the officers in the OIS, right? So he's about a mile away from the scene. The suspect sees him and says, oh, crap, and then speeds up to about 80 miles an hour, T-boning our police car.
Oh, shit.
A mile away. And he didn't even know this was a suspect vehicle. And so they crash. The officer has enough presence of mind going, oh, shit, this is the suspect vehicle. He gets out of the wreckage of the car, drags the suspect out, handcuffs him, and then he passes out. He actually goes unconscious. And then when everyone gets there, they find him unconscious. Suspect is handcuffed.
God,
yeah.
Jesus.
And
What
it
a
was
bad
like,
day at the office. Fucking shit.
but yeah, you go back to that. You got 2 motor officers responding to a simple non-injury traffic collision, thinking that they're probably going to take paper or blow, or kiss it off as they normally do.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, I'm sorry. Take pictures of each other's driver's license and insurance. Deuces.
Out.
That bitch is 6.
That's the amazing. That's what people don't realize is that every day police officers are just going to the unknown. Tactical teams, we have intelligence, and it's usually patrol calling us. Patrol's like, hey, we exhausted our resources. We got the place contained. It's all yours. But they've done a lot of stuff before we get there. So, and you know what's so funny? Going back to the FBI, you remember this one, Josh? Remember when Kavanaugh was being, when the Kavanaugh hearings were going on and there was being alleged that he had sexual misconduct? I love the fact that they said the senators were like, well, we want the FBI to investigate his sexual misconduct. I'm like, hell yeah! Let's let the FBI... Please. Because what do they know about investigating a sexual assault case? A sexual assault case.
Do I have to talk to a real person?
Right?
Like, damn, that seems uncomfortable. Can I call him? How about an email? Can I do like a PDF form fill? Can I do that?
I was like... You should be giving that to the local jurisdiction that probably handles hundreds of sexual assault investigations a year, let alone,
Also, ones with delayed outcries, right? Ones with, like, how many times do you have a delayed outcry in a domestic assault or a sexual assault or whatever it is? Like, yeah, I giggle every time we had other agencies that would come in and they were from, like I said, some specialized unit or whatever. And they were like, well, do you know this? Do you have blueprints? I'm like, do I have blueprints of a house that was recently flipped? Who are you? Like,
blueprints.
Yeah. I got a gun and a flashlight.
Right?
That's what I got.
What's so funny is I was actually watching an episode of CBS SWAT. She's like, you know what? I did an episode, so maybe I'm going to watch one again. And it reminded me of why I don't watch SWAT. I love this. They went like this, and they're like, and they're looking. They have their screen on their hand. They're like, okay, the suspect's over here, and I'm like, what flipping technology is that?
Heartbeat sensor.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
His heartbeat's going up. We better get in there fast. Like, what?
Get in there fast.
And the sad part, as you both know, that it's that CSI effect. Everyone thinks this is what we have. And they don't want, and then they wonder, well, why didn't you shoot him in the arm? Why didn't you shoot him in the, why didn't you shoot the gun out of his hand? Like, have you ever shot a gun?
Yeah. How about under stress?
Yeah.
How about this? I'm going to start shooting at you, and you tell me if you're going to be able to hit my hand. And where does you...
Why did you taser his feet? Come on now.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard a bullet whiz by my ear, I was like, whoa! What was that?
I'm in danger. We had we used to have, it was every New Year's, it was a fucking crapshoot here.
Oh.
There's like... I have some friends that are from California. Some of my neighbors are from California, and their first New Year's here, they were like, holy shit, they give y'all fireworks? And I was like, well, you can buy them in some places, but not others. But like, there's always fireworks in Texas, and it's like Fallujah outside. Like, there's fireworks starting from like 6 o'clock in the afternoon all the way to midnight, and probably a little bit past that. And then intermittent gunfire because we're Texans, right?
Right.
But anyways, in the city that I worked in, it was a really Arlington had I particularly worked in the very poor, ignorant parts of town, we'll just call it that. And so you'd have entire apartment complexes that would blow entire paychecks on fireworks.
Oh shit.
And firefighters, we had certain locations where like we were only allowed to go 3 to 4 officers at a time. Like you could not go with just 2, which was the minimum requirement for everywhere else, right? And then fire knew, because they had the same MDC system that we did for dispatching, and so their dispatch would be like, stage for PD. So it'd be like a fire in like a gas in a grass or some shit, but they wouldn't go unless we went. And I remember as a rookie just thinking, okay, well, I'll go and I'll ignore the 2 cops or the 5 cop minimum for this super bad part of town. And I vividly remember driving up, and it was me and another rookie. We didn't fucking know any better. So we drive up, and we're in our little. We don't have Crown Vics. We did the Chargers.
Oh,
So
okay.
we drive up in the Chargers, and we weren't even all the way there, and we started having Roman candles bounce off our car.
Fuck.
And then we started seeing bottle rockets bounce off our car, and I was like, "Do I run? Like, is this assault?" Like my little rookie brain was like, "What do I have?" And I was like, I just decided we're just gonna roll through it and call it that. Hey, I don't see a fire, I do see a fire, right? So then we start getting there, and I'm getting into this apartment complex, and I'm like, how many shootings do I'm like, my brain starting to move. I was like, how many shootings do we work here? It's like, I think one a month, right?
Oh shit,
And
yeah.
I was like, how many times do we do felony warrant? Like, you'll see the SWAT team roll through there, like every single door frame in that apartment, and there's like probably like 500 units
Has been
broken.
has been broken
15,000 times. Yeah, that is like the honeypot for contractors to go in there and fix door frames.
Oh,
So, anyways, this is all running through my brain while I have like M1000s getting thrown at my car and shit like that. And I'm like, I start looking for holes in my windshield. I was like, I'm in danger. Like, it really, truly, I was like, this was dumb. Like, I finally understood. Like, the I wasn't a senior cop yet, so I didn't have like smart brain.
right.
But I was like, this is why they're paranoid fucks. Like, I finally dawned on me, like, this is what makes cops paranoid.
Yeah.
This is what makes them nervous.
Yeah.
This is why, they put their backs to the wall. I truly did not. I was like a year almost into patrol at that point. That was the first time I realized, like, I'm not safe ever. As long as I'm in this car and in this uniform and answering calls for service, I am not safe. It was a weird experience.
And it's so funny you say the way you said it, like you now understood why the back to the wall and all the other idiosyncrasies that we have. It's because because like I said, you want to know. I'm not going to obviously explain anything to you. It's amazing though, huh? After a while, then
That's weird.
and then you of all people though, like you and Bill, you guys, when you transition back to civilian life, that has to be like another hard transition to realize,
Terrible.
like I'm a normal person again, but I have all of this information how our world is not safe.
Yep. I don't like it because and you guys have to you guys get to look forward to this when you guys eventually retire. But like, you'll go and you'll make like civilian friends. That's the best way I can describe it.
For regular
And
people.
they'll be like, hey, do you want to go do this? Or hey, do you want to go do that? And I'm like, nothing about what you just described sounds remotely appealing to me. They'll be like, hey, so let's go. And I feel bad because sometimes like I'm probably being a little extra, but they'll be like, hey, like let's go line dancing or some shit. Like, we're in Texas, right?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but where? Like, that's immediately my
Yeah, right,
first question
where?
is like, well, where? Who's the jurisdiction that's going to be responding to my emergency? Like, can I carry a gun in this? Is it a bar?
Yep.
If it's a bar and now I can't carry, like, I have problems with that.
Yep.
It's a very strange, like, and even like we went to go look at Christmas lights literally yesterday. And my neighbors have a foreign exchange student from the Czech Republic. And so she's all excited because she's never seen any of this. They don't even have Christmas there. And so she's like, wow. So we went to downtown Dallas and all that stuff. Well, she had to go to the bathroom. It's like fucking 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, the only place that's open are gas stations and Waffle Houses. My wife already knows. Like, my wife's got it figured out, right? So they stop. It's us and our two civilian friends here. They pull off, and this 18-year-old girl or 17-year-old girl is about to try to go to the bathroom in the middle of downtown Dallas at 11 o'clock at night on a Friday. And so I get out, and she's kind of like,
what are you doing?
what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm going with you. And she's like, is this dangerous? And I was like, yes. So we walk in, and I shit you not, this huge young guy, this guy must have been like 25, just staring at the women's bathroom.
Oh,
And
shit.
I already knew what he was doing. His girlfriend was in there.
Oh, okay.
So I already knew he was doing the same thing I was doing. And so she sees him, and she kind of looks at me, and I was like, you're fine. As long as he's out here, you're fine.
Yeah.
I was like, he goes in there, and we have problems. So I go, and I act like I'm buying something. I think I bought, like, fucking Welch's fucking Juicy Fruits or some shit like that, because I didn't want anyone knowing that I'm watching this thing the whole time. She finally gets out, and she waits, and the guy kind of looks at me and is like, oh, yeah, I'm just waiting for my girlfriend to get out of the bathroom or whatever. I let them know, like, I'm here for her. She gets back out, she gets in the car, and you could see it on her face, like, I did not expect that. And she even said, she's like, it doesn't look dangerous out here. And I was like, yeah, I said, I guarantee you at least twice we'll see reds and blues on the way driving out of here. and no shit, 4 times. You saw someone go in code somewhere. Someone, I was like, it's happening everywhere around you. You just don't see it.
You just don't see it.
You're
Yeah.
not working those calls.
Have you? Okay, so think about it when you say the reds and blues. Because I fly up north to go see my wife. When we're like getting to the point where you can start seeing the city again, you know what I look for? Reds and blues, because it's like you realize how like the world does not stop. It's like, you know, that, and it's amazing to see, like, it's all over the place, you know, and it's just like,
It's a very different, like, once you're part of that world, you don't ever mentally fully leave it, but it is a very frustrating. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance that comes out of like trying to reintegrate to normal people. And like, I have a hard time watching movies, or I have a hard time like having conversations with people without being a little crass, or like realize like I'm having to censor what the hell's leaving my mouth. And I'm like, yeah, like old people smell worse than young people when they die.
Yeah.
You know, or I'd rather we were talking about something down like, oh, how tragic, that's a car accident. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, well, they're pumped because the ME's office has got to work this. Like, this is a detective's problem.
Yeah.
Like, patrol's like, they
Hell
did?
yeah.
Sweet.
Out.
No, like, that's a sick, fucked up thing to think. But you're like, I literally am happier for cops watching them know that that person's dead as shit, rather than them going. The second you see somebody going into a box, you're like, yeah, that guy's going to have a long night.
Yeah.
This is now a whole lot. This is now a patrol problem until detectives come out or whatever. It's weird. I don't know. You never lose that part of your brain. I'm now about to be 2 years out, and I still definitely, my brain, God, especially when I see shit, like I see somebody being shady, I hate it. I start like fucking quartering. I start looking at my wife. It's funny now because my wife, I'm like her German Shepherd basically at this point. She notices when I get on edge when we're at like the grocery store, and I'm like, I'll notice somebody's carrying, and I'm like, how? He's carrying. He's got the Jordans. He came out of that Nissan. Like I start immediately. I'm building PC for an arrest I'm never gonna make.
But see, you recognize the warning signs. That's the difference. That's the difference. You recognize the warning signs. Hey, so producer Juan has thrown in the chat, says Josh over here with his Taliban chick background.
Yes.
And then Stash Bill replied, "If only he had a black curtain to cover that window."
Yeah, so it's actually I got this as a Christmas gift like 2 or 3 years ago. It's like a throw blanket that I used to cover that window. I'm gonna try to get like one of those gun walls that I'm gonna put over it. I built like a big nice wooden slider for my wife's room. It's really nice. Like we designed this completely wood. It's got this like really neat pattern on it. But it slides, so you can cover the window so that you don't have like sunlight coming in, and then you can move it over and it just looks like an art piece.
That's cool.
But I'm gonna make something like that for that wall, but that takes time.
I know, yeah. Well, I've actually
online. Yeah.
Because I'm still doing my EMT podcast, and I'm going to start doing a video cast for my EMT stuff. I actually thought about doing the same thing, doing a different, having like a plain background for the EMT stuff that, you know, so that way you don't see all my freaking toys, you know, in the background. So, yeah, they're tearing you up on my chat.
So they're literally like, right? I'd say like 8. Here, I can turn my camera. There's like lights on my wall there that I could set up, and then the closet he's talking about is like. The problem is like I have to unpack it, set it up, and then pack it back up because I still have to use this for work.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because like
my work computer, I'm literally touching it from here.
He's like, if you only had a goddamn backdrop stand with a sexy black backdrop and RGB lights. Oh, that is so funny. That is so funny. Those guys are great. Oh, wait, they're literally in the closet to the left.
It's a multi-purpose room, okay? It's a very multi-purpose room, and I can't dominate the thing now. Bill has an entire room dedicated to just this.
I love Bill's room. Bill's room is like legit, man. His room is legit. And then all his lighting is like perfect.
He's got a mini fridge in that bitch.
Oh.
It's cool. It's cool. He's got a very trick setup there. I remember, so he's just a spare bedroom that he had, and he's like, whatever, fuck it, I'm going to convert it. And he painted the walls black, and it's cool. It's really cool in there. But he's got a dedicated room and more free time than I do by a long shot. And then Juan, his job is to do this. So I have other needs that I have to go do.
So how's the job going?
It's good. So I work for AR15.com. You can go see my face there.
I am
once or twice a week. There, but so I basically do affiliate sales, marketing, and social media for them. So it's a lot, and we'll be producing. I have to produce a show for them, so I'm going to spend more time on here, but it's going to be a whole deal.
Oh,
I'm going
cool.
to SHOT Show. I'll be closer to you. I'll be in SHOT Show in January.
Oh shoot! Okay.
And then we're doing a ton of shit. We're building a studio out here in Plano, so I guess I'll go there. I'll go there and have a very beautiful, sexy backdrop because that's for work.
That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
But I've been enjoying it. It's the closest. They're so much more like post-cop me friendly than where I was at. I loved the previous place I was working at. I was working at a consulting firm, but I worked with a bunch of ladies that were like moms and stuff. And every once in a while, I'd like laugh at something, and they're like, "Oh, what's so funny?" And I was like, "I really can't tell you.
I really can't tell you.
I'll have to talk to HR if I tell you what I'm laughing about." But these guys are a lot cooler. I really appreciate all the guys that are out there, and then I get to play with guns all day.
Oh, that's cool, man. That is so cool.
Hell yeah.
What's that? Oh, okay, that's what's his name. Yeah, I can't wait for Tuesday, man. Tuesday, I can't wait to get back into. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. In fact, I got to actually go. I have to buy the. I got to buy the. What is it? The supporter edition, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think now it's a full rollout. You can play just the vanilla one, and they're practically identical right now. So you don't have to buy it for Tuesday if you don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can do that. I know we've been playing DMZ on Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Call of Duty. Like that game actually is pretty badass.
Is it really?
I have hated Call of Duty for like the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And this last one brought me back to like the first Modern Warfare.
So which one are you guys playing?
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, Modern Warfare 2. Okay, yeah, I'll pick that up.
The most recent one that came out.
And you guys are playing on PC, right?
Yep.
Okay,
it's cool because we can add each other. If you're Steam friends, you can basically just add yourselves to You have to get an Activision account and this whole 9 thing. But it's been pretty good. I think DMZ's 3-player. You can play big maps with up to 4, and then you can play like regular deathmatch and stuff like that up to 6.
Oh,
so
cool.
we like it just because it's a lot more reliable than Ready or Not currently is. But it's fun. It's a very different pace of play, and it's just a little bit more entertaining. But once Ready or Not stables itself out, the maps are incredible, and the game looks amazing. That's probably the nicest looking shooter out there. But shout out to Void. They need to get their shit together and make a more stable game.
I know, we've had a lot of problems. And you know what's so funny is for the amount of time that we put into that game, because I don't know how many streamers. I mean, you got to figure how many channels. You got my channel, your channel, Whiskey's channel, SWAT Theory's channel. I know Sternal, but you got 5 YouTubers. If we combined all of our membership, over 100K, people.
Sure.
Yeah, we're giving them some good free.
And these are very sophisticated. Like you got to think, there's multiple people streaming at one time with specific backdrops, and we do challenges, and this whole we've done a lot for them. And I get it. It's a hard thing. They're spending a lot more time, I think, polishing out aspects of the game that we don't fully appreciate.
Sure. And
so I kind of get it. And I'm not a coder. I don't know any of that shit. So I'm bitching from a place of ignorance, but I'm complaining because the game's really good.
No, it is good.
I really do love the game. It's very frustrating when I can't play. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah, and of course, like, see, for me, I compare it to SWAT 4. Because I think SWAT 4 is more forgiving. But then I do appreciate SWAT 4 because, especially with the mods that you get, it makes it a little bit more tougher. But yeah, I mean, because you said, like, Ready or Not, it's just polished. It's just that polished look that we're looking for. We're looking for that modern. And I hate comparing games like we're looking for the new SWAT 4 because it should stand on its own. But let's not mince any words. Ready or Not took a lot from the SWAT games. I mean, the whole TOC, calling in the collecting the weapons, all that type of stuff. So they did take some stuff away from that. But have you ever watched their trailers, Josh? Like the original trailers when they're
good.
But it made it seem like there was a dystopia America, you know, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so I don't think they've really captured that essence yet, that storytelling mode of
Well, and you got to imagine, like, if it's an independent group, right? Like, this isn't like Activision that has got a $60 million budget to go blow, and they get the money up front, right? So, like here, they're having to get people to purchase the game so they can have the money to do the development, right?
yeah.
And like, the less people that buy it, the less they'll get in development, and so on and so forth. And so I kind of understand the limitations on that, and especially coming from like the back end. Not only do we have to do like these streams, but like I have to run a deals page, or like for AR15.com, like I have to do posts, I have to find deals, I have to go and reach out to other brands, I have to do, and I'll be talking to like T-Rex arms at like Lucas Botkin, or I'm trying to get people at SHOT Show, whatever. Like it's a complicated process on the back end, and I'm not even writing the code.
Yeah.
I'll have to go to my tech team and be like, hey, can you add this plugin to the website? And they're like, yeah, give me 2 weeks. And I was like, I don't know what it takes, but I guess what do I know, you know? Or even like on the back end for your channel, if you think about it, like imagine not having Fox.
Oh, if I didn't have Fox, my things would just go awry. Yeah, they'd just be, you know, I wouldn't actually. I probably wouldn't even put up as much content that I do, and even my content has actually been lacking for the last 3 months. Because I was actually pumping out like 2 videos a week plus a live stream, and you know what's so funny though is I paid a company to do my shorts, and Fox like brought it to my attention. Hey, you know they're not as, you know, what are you going for? And then after Fox and I talked about it, it was just like, hey, you know what, I'm not going to go with this company, because what they were doing was they were already taking obviously my current content, but I don't know if they were taking like the short way around, but it didn't seem like they were. I mean, because we both know, like in Ready or Not, we got some awesome moments.
It's true,
but you got to find them. You got to find them. So if they would have, go ahead.
I was going to say it's logistically. You have to go. Like, imagine how much content we really have out there. Just think about it this way: just with you and I being online at the same time, how much time do you think we've spent on Ready or Not?
Oh God.
Oh, Bill's here.
Yeah.
That beautiful bastard.
Yeah, he's been knocking your room for a while.
No, Bill's here. He's in the lobby.
Oh, is he? Oh shit.
Yeah, he's here.
I think at minimum, probably 250 hours.
Yep, I'm at 200.
Okay, there you go.
I'm at 210. Yeah.
Minimum. So
that's not really wrap your head around that. That's a lot of time invested in a game.
Yeah.
But like someone's gonna have to sift through that. Is what I'm getting at. So like it's as much as I agree, like you know what level you want it to be at, because that's what the audience wants and that's what you want or whatever. But that's a hard thing for someone on the outside to come in and try to do. So
I think he's joining us. I got a camera coming up.
Oh. Let's see. He talks all this shit about this nice room. Can't get his camera to work.
You know, but here's the one thing I get a little. Maybe I'm being selfish. But the one thing that gets me a little upset is Void Interactive knows what we're doing. I mean, they know they know who we are. Okay.
Sure.
They got a huge Discord following. They could, you know, in my opinion, reciprocate the love. They could definitely reciprocate the love and say.
And you got to think like specifically with us, like we all bought our titles right to the game. Like we all spent not only money to go play the game, but then we've also, these are hours that we have donated, you know, to them. And even like with our following, right? So like most of my Patreon members own the game.
Right.
And will play with us. And some people have watched us play, even if they're not part of our subscriber base, have watched that live stream and been like, oh shit, I want to buy that game. Oh, that game looks awesome. I've had coworkers now, even at ARFCOM, that are like, oh dude, I saw your stream. That's badass. And I was like, yeah. The game's cool, and we're doing a good job of highlighting that.
Yeah,
and we're smaller fish, and I'm sure a much bigger pond of streamers. But like at the end of the day,
there he is.
Oh
wow!
He's gonna flex. He's gonna touch his phone. He changed the way his room looks.
Did you guys see? Hey, Bill, how's it going?
I left my big light off. You know. I didn't want to get too crazy.
What are you up to, Bill?
I just came to talk to you, dude. I haven't seen you in like 4 months.
I know, man. There was you took that long hiatus, and then unfortunately for me, they gave me a college, or I had to teach a college class, Criminal Justice 1, for 8 weeks. So that was on Tuesdays.
So we have to call you professor now?
Well, here's the funny part. So in spring, I get my PhD because I'm actually finishing up my thesis right now. So I should be defending like February, and I think I'll get my actual doctor title by spring. So I've been actually in my PhD program for 6 years.
That's
And then I don't know, Bill, if you were here, but I was offered the epitome of administrative positions. I was offered the chief of police position at a city college police department.
Are you gonna take it?
I took the offer, but it's still a long process, as you know. You still got to go through everything.
Yeah.
Here's the funny part. We call it a personal history statement. I'm sure it's the same where you've got to fill out basically everybody, your references, every place you worked.
Oh yeah.
What was
Like
amazing?
40 to 60 pages.
Yeah. What was amazing was over 25. I mean, last time I filled one out was 26 years ago, but it was like they ask you for your like if you've been divorced, you ask you for your divorce papers, and I'm like, man, I shredded those things like fucking my wife and I have been married now for 27, with dating 29 years, so I can only tell you when I shredded those things. And I went looking for them, and I literally have to go to the LA County Archives in downtown Los Angeles. I'm going to tell you right now.
How old you are.
Yes.
Damn.
But if LA County Archives in downtown Los Angeles, it should not sound like a field trip because it's going to be a sucky ass day. It's that
I can imagine, dude.
Yeah.
I hate going to LA City. I hate going to downtown Los Angeles. It is like if you could avoid downtown Los Angeles, it's like avoid it. And I'm sure it's like Dallas and that.
Well,
those
trying to get anything from a city is
Answer.
But it's so funny because people are like calling me, oh, your background investigator called me. I didn't know you were leaving and blah 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 blah. So it's like, well, did you say nice shit about me?
Yeah, bitch.
How come Josh and I didn't get a call?
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, he's great, man. He loves to kill. We got this one mission where we kill everybody.
They're pedophiles. So
Yeah, they're
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite kind of funny, but yeah, cool. I can't wait till Tuesday. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna get back into.
Man. I'm excited now.
I know it's
More
and I actually want to play Call of Duty though. It was so funny. I was watching some of the. I just did. I shot last Tuesday. It was a long day, but I shot. I don't even know how many episodes for Gameology. But some of it was Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare, and I was like, story was like, oh my god, this is like the story mode is
fun. Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. You should do it.
We've had a good time, especially because Ready or Not's been so.
That's what Bill and I or Josh and I were just talking about.
Twice, 2 weeks in a row, we have started with Ready or Not.
After their biggest update, where they pumped out all this media to try and promote it, and then it sucks.
We start playing the game. We get through like maybe a mission or two in an hour and a half, and just say screw it, we're gonna play Call of Duty.
Oh man, see,
yeah,
and
that's so much loading screen. Like it's so much. It takes so long to load in, and just even the gameplay is real glitchy. So
some of the things that we actually could think about, and I know Fox would be a huge fan of this, is because I have my own private server for SWAT 4, and people actually make maps. There are so many maps that are just random maps that we could play for like a tactical game, and that we don't even. Yeah. So we are familiar. Not being familiar with the map is like kind of cool. It'd be like,
it's half of it. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what we like. So we play DMZ currently on Call of Duty, and it's the one thing I love about. So it's a big open world. It's humongous. Like it's we take minutes to get from one side to the other.
That's
even
cool.
Like a damn helicopter, right?
It's super cool.
But like it drops you in a random spot, and it's PvE, so it's like you against LA County, right? If LA County was filled with nothing but terrorists,
it is.
It's California at this point.
It's you and like 2 or 3 other teams of 2 or 3. Or no, I think it's like 6 or 7.
I think.
But
it's
there's
16.
random people that are in this, like a Grand Theft Auto style. So you're fucking around trying to accomplish missions, trying to be sneaky, and then you'll randomly get in a gunfight. You'll be like, that's a person, not an NPC.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Like a huge gunfight erupts, and it's this whole thing, and you're trying to either be like a shitbag and kill people for their loot or whatever.
Well, and also, if you die, you lose all your stuff.
You lose everything.
Oh, so
you lose everything.
So they did the which other game is like that?
It's like Tarkov, but
Tarkov.
way more approachable.
Yeah,
it's way more approachable than Tarkov is.
I tried. I don't know if you guys tried it yet. Did you guys try DayZ?
No.
I put it this way. I tried DayZ. I died. And you know what I died from?
What?
Hypothermia.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
I have that downloaded. I just haven't played it.
You know what? So I was if you take a look at my video and read the chat, you don't have to watch the video. Take a look at the comments, not the chat, the comments. Someone made a recommendation to play on a certain type of server to learn how to play the game. I guess it's like more forgiving. I just jumped in a server and apparently like you have nothing. Well, no, not apparently. You don't have anything. But in these other servers, it's a lot more forgiving where you get to play it. But I know when I did that Gameology video and I played with Inverted, that guy was like the fucking king of Tarkov. And but going back to what you're saying, Josh, we're running around, right? And all of a sudden I see a body over there. He goes, "Oh, that's an NPC." And then we turn the corner and he's like, "Shoot that guy, shoot that guy." And I'm like, wait. And he's like, "That's a player." You know, it's like, holy shit. You know, you're like, you're right. You don't know NPC or, yeah.
Well, it's what's fun about it.
Dude.
It's a lot more immersive, and like you get to play kind of at your own pace. And if you want to be risk taking, you can be. But it's like that's as close to running into the unknown, which is like the adrenaline junkie. And all
Okay,
this.
I'm buying it today. I'm going to buy it today.
It's so much fun.
It was probably the most Juan said Tarkov, but good.
Jesus Christ! Hey, producer Juan, we're trying to get sponsors here. You're not helping.
Yeah, also, I can play Call of Duty on my PS5 while they play on their PCs.
Oh, great! That's what I was going to ask.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cross-platform.
Yeah, I've liked it because we were able to play with Blankforge, who only has a console. We were able to play with a couple other people. I hope they come out with like bigger lobby sizes so that we could do like a Psycho. We wouldn't have everybody in voice, but we could at least have like Patreon subs and stuff like that could jump in and play with us. So
that would be cool. Yeah, because I'd rather play on the console than my PC when it comes to games like that.
Yeah, you can play PS5 or Xbox One or whatever.
Yeah,
I think you can do PS4. I think.
Well, I'm gonna do
PS4. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my Xbox. I have my whatever the newest Xbox is. What was funny?
Yeah.
I bought one I bought one for Christmas last year, and I didn't hook it up right away. And then I like 3 months ago, I was working in my room and I was pulling everything out of the closet. I'm like, oh shit, I got a brand new Xbox. And I was like, I fucking finally hooked it up to this shit. I was like,
sounds like producer Juan.
There it is. Box. Still in a box.
So DMZ is like being thrown into Chicago after 2023. I love it.
Yes, Dylan. Yes.
That is so cool.
Pretty close.
Oh man, it's good to see you again, Bill. Man, it's been a while.
I know, man.
He's really the light of that channel. It makes me happy. It's so funny now because like our body cam breakdowns, he's now picking the videos, and I swear, like between him and Juan and some of our Patreon subs, are like, oh, this will piss off Josh.
Yeah.
Like I did months.
That's a requirement now.
And now it's like, wait, well, I need one that's really going to get him because I'm normally very calm and collected. And they'll go find some police chief somewhere getting away with some bullshit. I start threatening to hang people, and it gets bad. So
well, at least
there was that one chief that badged that.
Oh yes,
on the golf cart.
It was what, Florida?
Tampa, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's so funny is we're actually talking about that because we actually in briefing we bring up like videos to watch for training and stuff like that. But it's like who the I mean, in your right mind, who the fuck does that?
And she was a passenger. She was sitting in the. She wasn't driving the golf cart.
Just
she
mind
was
your
a
business,
passenger
dude.
in the golf cart.
And the cop was being cool. It wasn't
Very
like
cool.
Yeah, it wasn't like he but it's so funny is then you read the comments. It's like people don't realize we give that discretion to regular people too. I mean, they think that it's just you guys take care. No, I've actually
You should look at me and Josh's traffic stop
Oh
versus
my
citation
God.
number, it was probably 1%. We didn't write tickets.
0.5%.
We did not write tickets.
I think
like,
we looked one time when it was right before we were leaving. We were sitting in the patrol car and we were looking up our stats. And I think for 1 year, I had done like 600, 700 traffic stops.
Yeah.
I had written 10 tickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would
And
get
I
asked
think they
about
were
it
all
in
for
interviews.
accidents. Yeah.
For like if you're going to another position.
So
Yeah.
I applied for the gang unit, and they looked at my traffic stop numbers, and they were like, "Wow, you got great traffic stops, especially for the side of town that I was working at the time." And they were like, "But your citations," and I was like, "I don't stop people for
Yeah.
citation-worthy stuff. I stop people to try and get in their car."
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm not out here
I'm-
busting people down for a brake light or a
That's-
month expired registration. I don't care.
That's
And
what
they were like, okay.
I actually asked a commissioner, or not commissioner, a JP one time. Like, okay, so if I write a ticket for 25 over, right? It's what, $300 roughly on a JP court. So
Yeah.
how much is that JP? That $300 excluding the court fee. How much does that go back to the actual county? He said most, if not all, of it goes to the state and TxDOT.
Yeah.
At least see about $30 from that ticket. So
Believe that.
Yep.
when people say you write tickets because you just try and get revenue, that's hilarious that we don't.
Yeah. No, you're.
It's wild. I had a few things I was strict on, like insurance, but outside of that, I just don't care that much.
Well, what's funny was, I was gonna say as a motor officer, I remember I just made corporal, and so I was like, oh, cool, So I was actually going to lead the motor bureau because we didn't have corporals in motor bureau at that time. And one of the motor officers who was going for corporal also, he didn't get it. So he's sitting behind me, and he's all fucking huffing and puffing, all pissed off, right? Because I made corporal. So he's all, this is what he says, one. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I turn around and go, what's going on? He's all, I just wanted to see what they're looking for in their new corporals. And last month you wrote one ticket. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. You should wrote one ticket then. And it was funny. He goes, but you're a motor officer. I go, I know, right? And I still made corporal.
Well, and really, truly, when you look at not getting kick sheets, doing good investigations, how you navigate use of force.
Yeah, why don't you look at my traffic stop versus arrest? Let's look at those numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Or how many times your arrests lead to convictions.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
when I'm taking someone when I got PC, I mean, it's damn near, in the good book. If I believed I had PC, not only was it a good investigation, I could articulate it in a report after the
Well,
fact.
you know how you have
Yeah.
guaranteed detention on a good traffic stop.
Yep.
Yep.
You're
100%.
just guaranteed detention.
Yep.
What
I was
you
like,
do
no
with
matter
it
what.
is up to you.
Yeah.
And it's it's good police work it's so rarely translated into I write a lot of tickets. It's so, and most of that's, not even violent crime.
Yeah.
Right? What ticket prevents violent crime?
None.
Or and don't get me wrong, modifying behavior is important. I used to just drive sometimes just for giggles to get people to chill the hell out.
Yeah.
100%.
Right?
You
Yeah,
sit in the right spots, and you just watch the front end of the car.
Yeah.
Bro, it's
Or you sit on a stop sign, and you'll see how many people actually count. One.
1, 2. I love the stop sign one where they were gonna roll and
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, I stopped.
My only hope is that they had a soda in their hand.
It spills all over their dash.
Yeah. So it's just different.
Lights just out of nowhere.
Real hard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd that come from?
Where'd that come
yeah,
from?
It's just different, and I think a lot of people get that misconstrued, and it's
Yeah.
yeah, we were particularly egregious. I think I had twice I got talked to about hey, you're doing really good work out there, but somebody higher up than me was like, why is this one officer not writing any fucking tickets?
So let me ask you this question: in Texas, so in California, we have no quotas. There is no such. That's what I love when people say, "Oh, you're just getting your quota." No, actually, we don't have any quotas. And as a supervisor,
Nope.
I can't tell you to go write more tickets because then I'm giving you a kind of direction. So you could be violating. Same thing in Texas.
Yep, same thing.
Yep. Well, and really, the reason why you will have conversations about traffic stops and citations or whatever, it's work.
Yeah.
And so if they see that you have 8 hours of unencumbered time, right?
You're not
Okay.
doing anything.
And you have an office, so they're paying for you to be out there, right? The city's paying you X amount of dollars per hour to be in a patrol car and to be on duty. And if you're sitting on a report call for 6 hours, and this is like,
Or admin.
you know, it's a
Yeah.
it's a non-arrestable domestic because the suspect's gone,
Yeah.
right? No aggravated assault, no nothing like that. It's he pushed me, it hurt, but he's already gone, or a CT warning or something like that, where you're typing up, this person's no longer allowed to come to this location if he doesn't go to jail. That takes you 6 hours, and you have other officers in that same area of responsibility getting 5 arrests and 18 traffic stops. The question is, why are you so unencumbered? And like,
Right.
can you somehow justify the level of inactivity that you have?
Yeah.
And that's oftentimes when you'll get that discussion from command staff. And it would be the case.
Yeah.
If Bill's over here crushing it, right, and him and I are sharing a beat, you know, what Chris, if anything, owes it to Bill to bitch me out about my lack of activity, because a lot of that's probably Bill having to take calls for me, or Bill
Yeah.
having to do it. Like, are you depressed? Like, what's going on? Because if I need to work out what's going on, or I need to find somebody else that's going to help, because I have an officer crushing it, but he's
Yeah.
going to get burned out if I don't give him help.
Josh is
So-
talking about a real situation that happened in my sector. This
There
is
was-
not
there
just
was-
a this is
Hypothetical.
not a story. Yeah,
It
this is
got-
not hypothetical.
It got so bad that dispatch just started dispatching me and him. We're in different beats altogether. They
Oh,
would just dispatch
shit.
us to-
That's
I
bad.
had jumped his calls so many times because it's like his
Yeah.
back would be unavailable all the time, doing
Oh.
dumb shit.
Being
They
on
would just
reports that should not have been reports,
Or-
or calls that
or-
should not have been calls.
Or I love they're getting a report call and they go unavoidable traffic. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean unavoidable
Show me
traffic?
stopping. Show me stopping.
show
en
me
route.
stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Get
on.
the fuck out of here for like insurance. It's out by like a week or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Go ahead and give me a backup. They're gonna find a PC search out of that or some bullshit. It was always something bad, and they would just eventually got to dispatch.
Well,
too.
and even dispatch would notice, and they would message me directly to my MDC, and they would be like, "Hey, sorry, like
Right.
I have to send you to this," and I'm like, "Whatever, just give it to me,
just
like,
give it to me.
and send me Josh as my back. Like I don't care. Like let's just go get this done. Like
Yeah.
complaining about it's not going to change anything." So,
You know what's so funny as you say that is that I remember, and I think they did it on purpose. Dispatch sent the officer like, "Hey man, we're sorry, but your back's an idiot." But they sent it to the back.
That's incredible.
And I think they did it on purpose because,
Sure did.
yeah. And so, you know, and so he comes in, "Hey man, you know, I guess I have a bad rep, blah, 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 blah." I go, "You do. Is this, and here's the funny part. I approve all bookings. Okay. That's one of my jobs, is to approve everyone that comes into jail. Right.
yeah.
There are people I see in briefing, and that's the last time I see them all weekend. It's like, you couldn't arrest one person in 3 days? You've been here for 3 days. One person
Dude.
didn't. Yeah, it's amazing.
If we went,
In LA
if Josh or I went more than 2 days in a row without an arrest, there's no way we wouldn't have like got caught up somewhere. Our sergeant would find us somewhere and be like, "What's going on?
What the fuck?
What are you guys
What's going
doing? What's?"
We
What
would
is
try
this?
to do nothing. We would sit in the parking
Legit.
lot and try to do nothing. I'm not going to stop a car. I'm not going to whatever. But sure enough, ooh, what happened? And you're like,
Something would come.
Yeah, yeah,
okay, we're going.
yeah. It's
And
cool.
you find him, and like I know the guy's running, but like he's a criminal. He beat up the old lady, or well, let's
Yeah.
go catch the guy.
Let's go get him.
It's your job.
Yeah.
That's your job. But yeah, I was shocked when you'd see, or you'd have people that like they arrest people so infrequently they wouldn't know how to like book evidence.
Yeah.
That I was like, have you never booked in a gun before?
Oh
Have you
yeah.
never weighed drugs before? Like they're like, hey, where are the testers? It's how you know that you had a good cop near you if they had drug testers in
With
the
them.
bag. They didn't have to go to the station to go get her.
I kept-
Like, they
I
gave it
kept
to them, they had them with them.
5 of each tester. in my video.
You know what I love
That's
is
the
how
guy that goes
often
after it.
Josh and I found drugs.
Yeah.
what's funny is I love how you say that, because every now and then over the radio I'll hear, "Does anybody have a blood draw vial?"
Oh, I used to keep 2 of those.
I'm about to say those I can't
DWI
believe if
kit.
you're working DWIs a lot that you could run out.
You
But-
could, but these guys weren't working DWIs. Or hey,
We're gonna book it.
oh, I love this one. Does anyone know where we keep the GSR kits at? Like,
Oh.
Yeah. So for us, we didn't even do GSR. Our crime scene had to do our GSR.
oh, nice.
That's not true. I
Yeah.
did it.
Really?
Yeah. That
I guess
on
I
that
was a
kid.
retard, man. Let me
Remember
do it.
that kid? Remember that kid from the apartment complex that got shot in that drug deal, and they took him to the
Yeah.
hospital?
Mhm.
The crime scene sergeant shows up to the hospital, gives me the kit, and says, "You know how to do that, right?" And I said, "What?
Wow.
No?"
Oh,
And so she stands there and she goes, "Oh, you just do it here, you do it here, and you do it around their face." She's like, "You good?" And she left. Like, she didn't
Wow.
even stay for me to do it.
we did GSR. Yeah, we didn't get so we did fingerprinting. We did crime scene photography. We did a
We
couple
dusted
things.
for prints.
We
We didn't
dusted
do the
for prints,
fingerprints.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we didn't get GSR training where we were at. We got a bunch of other shit, but they had crime scene do GSR for us. I guess except for them. But
I didn't
For
get
me.
I didn't get GSR until I was actually with my FTO, and then we had, and he said okay, and he taught me. So it was just like one of those things that was learned not in the academy, but it was learned actually out in the street. So
Well,
yeah,
they wouldn't give us the kits. Like
that's what I
crime
mean.
scene
Like we
kept
didn't even get the kits. Yeah.
So,
wow, that's
but I guess when I got my lucky straw drawn, it was just the crime scene sergeant.
there you
He's the
go.
only person available. So.
And here's how Bill's report read. I, the untrained patrol officer, attempted it with the best of my ability and through direction of that sergeant.
Hey,
You
to
know I
collect
put
GSR.
you know for a fact I put at the direction of
Right.
Sergeant
For
so-and-so.
so-and-so.
I performed the GSR kit, like, and I booked it in evidence, and then old buddy had COVID, so I got 3 days off. So
Hell yeah.
it is
Oh,
what it
Hell
is.
yeah, brother. Bro, I don't miss those days, dude. I used to get so pissed
all.
off. They used to give away the COVID days like
Yeah.
candy,
Yeah.
and I guess I
To certain
dodged that
people.
to certain people. I had officers that I was working with that got like. It was very rare they worked a full week because of exposures.
Yeah.
I probably had 40 or 50 confirmed like person-to-person exposures. Got the nose poke multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yep.
Felt like shit multiple. I didn't miss a single fucking day of work during 2020.
Yeah, I don't
Not a single fucking day.
I
Died in 2020. Had to do the had a ammonia with COVID.
Yeah,
ooh,
that's
shit.
bad.
Yeah, that one sucks because I know people who actually died because of pneumonia killed them.
100%.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pneumonia is super sketchy. I think a lot
That
of people
kills people.
realize, like,
It
Yeah.
it kills. You know, what's so funny is until like I became a paramedic, I didn't realize pneumonia was a set of diseases. It wasn't like just pneumonia. It's a set of a bunch of shit going on with your body.
And it's all not good.
It's not all good, right? Well, hey guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go call it. I got to get dressed and head on to work. It's my Friday. Thank God. Oh my God.
hey,
Dude, this has been like that. You know, you guys ever had those weeks where you're just like, is this fucking week gonna end? Like, just
Yes.
Like
Every
called-
week for 5
called-
years of my life.
Yeah.
you know, there's actually some weeks where I'm like, wow, this week went by fast, right?
If
This-
Josh and I got to ride two man more than once, I would have said, "Wow, this week went by fast." And
See-
I'd be back to my hellhole the next week when we were
Yeah.
allowed to ride together.
Well, you know what's so funny is I was actually telling someone about this. We were actually talking about this yesterday. Dude, Ginger Ninja just gave 5 more seat memberships.
Hey.
Hell yeah!
Holy
Ginger.
crap! Wow. Thanks, Ginger. Jesus. Man,
Just the man.
he is the man. We were just talking about this. We're at a point now, like for me, that most of my friends that I came up with, that I went to the academy with, and I worked with in patrol, we've all gone our own separate ways. You know, one guy's in training, another guy's still in patrol, but I don't see him because he's on like what we call a senior team, so we don't work the same days. But it's just weird because all that fun that we had, we're all like, it's like now I have people that are like 10 years junior to me, and I've never drank with them, I've never gone to a house party, so it's just kind of like, so it's kind of weird. It's like almost that time where you realize, I mean, where I realized it's kind of like time to go, because most of my and then quite a few of my friends have actually retired, you know, because they.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know. So I guess it's that you start to realize you get to that point where it's just the job's no longer fun, because you would come in because you wanted to work with each other, get doubled up, you know, go have a good time, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, all right, so.
It's
That's when
a
the
strange,
weeks get long.
yeah. When it's a strange transition. Like once you realize that not that the boot doesn't fit or the belt doesn't fit, but like it's what brought you there initially is no longer.
It's no longer. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Yeah. Oh, well, hey Bill, thanks for coming in, man. That was freaking awesome.
How much better is your life now?
It's so I feel like I can go to work and just like, you know.
He deprived me of this for months.
Yeah, I did. 3 months. 3 long months.
And you know what was my thank you to him?
What?
I built him the coolest fucking rifle on the planet.
Oh, that's right. Hey,
So
so
you know, I stood for daddy. I was like, please come back.
yeah, right. This is yours if you come back.
I made him come to my house to come get it.
I also let Josh shoot it first.
Oh,
It was pretty nice.
that actually is
That
pretty
was-
good.
It was if anything kind of a cruel, bittersweet moment, because I shot it, and I think it probably at the first round I like put the thing down. I look back and I'm like, I fucked up. I should not have shot this.
You're like,
I do
I
not
need
have
this
the money
now.
to build this.
Oh,
but
that's-
now I have an unhealthy want to put this thing
Yes.
together.
That is cool. Well, I can't wait till Tuesday. So Tuesday we'll hit it. I'll make sure I got Call of Duty just in case though. I'll get it all downloaded and ready to
I
go.
was about to say, make sure Call of Duty's
Just in
ready.
case.
and
Yeah,
make sure-
100 gigabyte download.
I'm sure at this point.
All right, guys. Well, hey, you want to give your outro?
Make Bill do it. Bill,
No.
you do an outro.
You
He said
too.
no.
You're
Yeah.
the outro guy for Only Cops.
So Bill and I are from Only Cops. You guys go look it up. Literally just Only Cops. ONLYCOPS. There it is.
It's not as cool as what you think it is.
Yeah,
We're not,
it's not as
like
cool. Yeah,
we have our shirts on in the
yeah.
videos.
Sure,
so
clothes
I'm
stays
sorry.
on for the most part. If you dig
Sorry.
deep, you can get a little bit of Bill abs if you look deep enough into
Yeah,
our
I guess that's
playlist.
true.
But anyways, we do body cam breakdowns and tactical Tuesdays. So our Tuesday stream is where we play video games. Our Thursday stream is when we do body cam breakdowns. We talk about all the things that we weren't able to talk about when we were on duty, and then we should be producing some produced content in Officers React. I want to do Demolition Man. I saw the movie recently, and I'm like, oh, this would be great.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's a good movie.
we'll be doing that, and then hopefully we'll be doing some more collaborations with people like Chris the Cop. To everyone that's in Chris's audience, thank him for the treasure that he is, and for a police department that might get a pretty cool chief. I'm very jealous, and screw you guys. 'Cause I was not that blessed.
Well, before I say actually goodbye to everybody who's watching, and for those of you that watch later, once again, if you guys want to watch content that I don't produce, such as breakdowns and giving you the true perspective of law enforcement, you got to head on over to Only Cops, because they got their First Amendment rights back, and they get to say a lot of the thing. Well, actually, they get to say everything that we would like to say, and so head on over that. Their breakdowns are great. I love them. They're comical. And now that Bill's back, you guys,
looking.
you shouldn't get you shouldn't get suspended anymore.
That's true. Got Bill. Got Bill. Got Bill to keep you in mind.
They're too scared to suspend me.
Right? Just for the glorious beard alone. But yeah, so give them definitely a subscribe and a like, because they do a great show and so forth. And also you can all see all of us play again together on Tuesdays for Tactical Tuesday. It starts at 5:30 p.m. for all of us together, and then don't forget at 3:30 I'm kind of doing my own thing until 5:30 rolls around. And yeah, that's it. So thanks again thank you gentlemen for joining me with Coffee with Cops. It was a lot of fun. It's well needed. Plus too, it's a good end of year video to do. So yeah, that's it. Thanks again for everyone. Jinja Ninja, I'm gonna give you a big shout out, man. Thank you again. You support so many of our channels. You're a great person, and we love playing, with you. But just the way you financially support us by, throwing out that, because we know, we don't take it for granted. That's a lot of money that you've thrown out at our channels, and it's just much appreciated. So, and for those of you that are watching, please don't forget about SWAT Theory's fundraiser. We throw the links in the chat, and I'm going to actually throw the links on the description of this video. And as I've said before, I'm going to be personally donating $250 to his fundraiser, as well as donating all of the money for until December 31st from all super chats and everything like that to the fundraiser as well. So there we go. All right, gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thank you. And let's see. Let's go be ending.
Ginger's got such a sexy little
Perfect.
accent too.
Yes, he does.